Tutti ai posti di combattimento.
Hello and welcome. Today we are in the tier 10 Italian heavy cruiser, the Venezia. We're playing a random battle on the map Greece. It is a fully tier 10 battle. Surprisingly, there are 4 destroyers this game, and there are quite a few battleships as well. Sadly, the enemy team has a Slava, which can make my game quite difficult, because a Slava might end up just blapping me from across the map and I won't even notice it until it's too late. However, mostly at least, this shouldn't be a too difficult game. The destroyers might make my life difficult because they end up getting so close they spot me, and then, spot me even when I smoke screen and fire. But overall, I think it'll be okay. It shouldn't be a very difficult match. There aren't that many Soviet heavy cruisers on the enemy team to suddenly radar me, or lots of battleships that are very hard to deal damage to. Kofes, Thundera, they take damage pretty easily from SAP. And there isn't really like a Stalingrad that can heavily punish me, or a Petropavlovsk with their amazing AP out-of-bounds angles. So anyways, I'm gonna head towards the eastern side of the map. That tends to have fewer islands and more maneuverability because of it. As a result, you tend to have fewer ships that get stuck behind islands. If you go over to the western side, the Sendenbugs over there is probably gonna try to hide either behind that island or that island. And because of that, you can't go around doing all kinds of crazy things, because you'll obviously be hydroed once you're near those islands, or anything kind of like that. Okay, RPF is pointing at C. Our Daring is spotting. Actually, I guess she's not technically spotting. She is capping, and probably the enemy destroyer is in the same spot on the other side of that island. Oh, I did get spotted for a bit. A Shimakaze. Come on, SAP, please punish the Shima. Come on, please. Okay, I think 6k on a Shima like that is a very good start. This is truly excellent. Oh, and there's the second Shima. Yeah, we're definitely going over on this side of the map. 2 destroyers, and Venezia's SAP is incredible against EVs. It is absolutely incredible, because it just has such great alpha damage. I just need to make sure I actually line up the shot properly, especially when she's doing the speed play stuff. It can be difficult. Oh wow, she's actually so low. I guess I'm only going to finish her off if I get to do any damage. But because I'm using Sansonetti, one of the special abilities of Sansonetti is that once you sink a ship, your range increases for the rest of the match. And that's one of the greatest abilities to get activated early on, because once you have that, you can easily end up punishing ships from further ranges. I don't need a scout plane quite as much, or I can use my scout plane to fire even further away, and Venezia truly is a ship that can easily deal with more range. The shells are super fast, and I just got Slavad right there, I think, pretty sure. Because that was just such incredible damage. And sadly, there really is no counter to Slava. Even a carry isn't a real counter to a Slava. But, I mean, that's just something you have to deal with. Sadly, the ship was added to the game, so there's no real choice. Okay, if this Shimakaze pops out from behind the island, I should be able to deal absolutely devastating damage to her. Slava looking here? Oh no, she's not actually. Surprising. Des Moines actually is another ship that's not great to fight as a Venezia, because of her great auto-bounce angles as well. But it's not quite as bad as Stalingrad, since Des Moines obviously doesn't have quite the same penetration capability. Although if you do end up at close range, it can go very poorly for you. Let's torpedo as well, since it seems to be so popular at the moment. I'm gonna just stay here for a little bit with my torpedoes activated. That Shimakaze pushes. Now we're going to accelerate. Oh, Shima. Oh, this might hurt. This might hurt. Yeah, that hurt, I'm guessing. And that's Shima gone now. And we're also hidden as well. And I'm pretty sure the Slava didn't get the salvo off on me. So now we can actually go and cap, I think. In fact, yeah, I shouldn't have gone forward at all. I should have headed towards the sea cap, since we can fairly easily take it now. Des Moines might have to, or might try to argue against it, but she's probably going to argue in vain. Okay, Des Moines, wait, did Des Moines not radar before? That is very surprising. Okay, nope, I forgot, I don't have quite enough rudder shift time. I have great acceleration, because I have the propulsion mod, but I don't have the rudder shift upgrade, so my rudder takes a while to turn. And therefore doing crazy maneuvers like I just did don't work out quite as well. Wish Hindenburg were using her hydro. Thank you, Hindenburg, for the little boop to stop my ship. Oh, no, please don't accelerate so quickly. I can't believe I'm saying that. I don't think I've ever had the situation where my ship accelerates too quickly. I truly don't think I've ever been in such a situation where it actually feels that way to me. There's the Des Moines. I'm gonna torpedo behind her, because I suspect she's gonna try to wiggle herself out of this, but it's probably not gonna work. By the way, if you're likely to not do any citadel damage with AP, you're better off using SAP. SAP has a higher alpha damage. Although that's not always true. Well, you know, it obviously has higher alpha damage. The reason you might not be better off with SAP is sometimes you hit very small armor plates that protect the enemy, such as torpedo protection belts, that won't actually deal damage to the enemy. And AP can obviously go through that, but SAP, as far as I know, can't. You know, it'll explode in the torpedo protection area. I really thought the Des Moines was going to reverse away and then open her broadside up to me, but no, that's not the case at all. That is very, very surprising. I'm gonna swap the AP, because I think the Hindenburg's gonna need some help, since the mine's gonna keep sailing, or, you know, reversing away. And that's goodbye, Des Moines. I mean, sorry Hindenburg, but I really wanted to help you with that one. And I think that you kinda needed the help there. Now we're gonna fight the Venezia, but I don't think I'm gonna try to chase. Because I don't think chasing a Venezia is ever worth it. It takes a very long time, and oftentimes you end up with very little in return. Meanwhile, the Slava just gets to delete us from across the map. But I can help the Hindenburg, of course. If one ship wants to chase her, then that's probably okay. But my fear is that the Hindenburg is gonna lose to the Venezia. Well, Venezia is a great ship, and Hindenburg can just angle against her. You know, with the help of Slava, that Hindenburg could just be gone. And then to make matters worse, you know, we know that Venezia is a pretty decent player, so that's also something to consider. Okay, I'm gonna switch to Slava. That Venezia is angled, and even launching the plane for an angled ship, I think, isn't quite worth it. So we might actually get to deal damage to the Slava instead. Yeah, Slava is definitely looking at the Hindenburg. Oh, I was thinking maybe I should focus on the Z-52, but Holland, I guess, made the choice for me. Oh my god, what is that damage? Where did the shells go? That's frustrating, isn't it, Slava? When somebody can shoot you without you being able to shoot in return. Yeah, now you know how everybody else feels. What the hell is that damage? I do want to go slightly forward. Oh, Hindenburg's actually fine. I guess she's too busy, or the Slava's too busy fighting other ships, or maybe, you know, Hindenburg just isn't letting her get the damage. Either way, that's pretty good. Can I hit the Venezia from here? No. That's too bad, but I needed the plane anyway to try to hit this guy. Nice thunder over there. Aw, our Grozovoy was taken out. I guess I'll go take the Grozovoy spot then, taking the B captain. Or I suspect that Daring is gonna do that instead, but we're still gonna try to help. Now the one thing that's going for us against Slava is the fact that she has 406mm guns. So she can't overmatch quite as many ships. So, you know, it shouldn't be quite as deadly. Thunder in this sense can be scarier. But we're definitely not looking too good on our battleship front. You know, with the Thunderer being over there. I suspect she's a bot. Because I really don't see how you end up in that kind of a corner. Although, I don't know why I would want to play a Thunderer on a bot. And yeah, sadly the Venezia did win against the Hindenburg, but on the bright side, it'll take 5 years for the enemy Venezia to get back into range. Despite the fact that she has super speed. Without the speed boost. Okay. Oh, that thunder is pretty low. I think that should actually do it. Oh god, why did I get spotted? Ooh, it's probably the Venezia actually. Oh no, never mind, it was the Thunderer. I just thought the smoke was actually in the way to stop that, but apparently not. Or maybe she isn't a bot, she just got stuck sailing and I don't know, doing what. There's probably some kind of an explanation to that. I'm just gonna smoke and start shelling. Because I can do that and I still have 3 of my smokes, so I might as well use them at some point, and this might seem like a pretty good, you know, situation to do so. What is going on at G10? Beach party. Dang, that wasn't enough. Please, somebody finish the Slava. Excellent. With Slava gone, I have a lot of confidence in winning this match now. Because now the enemy can't really, you know, defend against me as well, since they don't have crossfire from battleships anymore, especially a battleship that can just outright delete essentially any one of us because of her amazing shell accuracy and penetration capabilities. Although I guess Thunder is kind of falls into the same type of category, but she isn't quite as accurate. And, you know, we control the cap zone, so I think it'll be okay. What? Okay. I wanted to go towards the A cap, but considering that they entered the B cap just now, what? Oh, it's the Hindenburg. Okay. Okay. I didn't see that one coming. She probably did torpedo here, but they have 6-kilometer range, so I have some leeway here. I'm gonna try to hit the bow of the Thunderer. SAP can deal a lot of damage to the bow of battleship. 8k, just like that. Thank you. Oh, oh wow. Oh, and the smoke is actually covering me now. Oh, nice. Good job, Montana. This smoke was perfect. I didn't plan for that, but it ended up being absolutely perfect.
battaglia terminerà tra 5 minuti.
Yeah, now they have absolutely zero chance of winning. Hindenburg. Hello. How are we doing this fine evening? Not so good anymore, huh? Oh, come on, 800 HP? And that one Venezia is all that's left of the entire enemy team. Sadly, I suspect that the Thunderer that had a beach party is gonna be able to get the kill. Because, well, I don't have the range. Maybe the Montana. They have a lot of battleships left. God, I hate Thunderers because of it. Because they play so passively and then they end the game with like 1 billion HP. It's fine when you win, but you don't always win, and sometimes you don't win because your battleships didn't battleship quite enough. And in those types of games, those Thunderers with their 70k HP remaining at the end are not a good sight to see. It always amazes me just how maneuverable Venezia is, but you can't keep dodging against multiple ships. Hey, finally a somewhat interesting game. And we got number 2. Sure, we didn't quite finish number 1, but we did fight destroyers, we fought battleships, we kept bases. You know, we did our part this game, although we didn't do quite as much tanking. Let's see, who shot us? It was the Slava after all, 5 shells, 30k damage. Just like that, but we did 35k in return, although it took us 10 times as many shells. But such is life. But we won, so, you know, I guess that evens things a little bit. That's Shimakazudo, 15 shells, 14k damage. This ship actually fires 15 shells at once, so Shimas can have a bad time coming. The other Shima only took 4k though, but hey, 4000 damage is still damage. So, it wasn't an amazing game, but it was okay. Upgrade or commander skills wise, I go for this. So priority target, adrenaline rush, superintendent, concealment expert. Then I don't really know. You really want jack of all trades on an Italian cruiser, especially a Venezia, because their smokescreen reload is a very long, and so jack of all trades reduces it by a significant margin. Then I figured expert marksman is always nice because you can never have good enough turret traverse. Obviously expert marksman. Expert loader is nice because you sometimes want to swap between AP and SAP, but it's only a 1-point skill. Especially with Sansonetti, I think it's worth it. And then 4 points RPF for extra information is always nice, especially since you don't really need quite as many of the other skills. I thought of vigilance a little bit, but mostly because you don't have a way to detect torpedoes, and you do end up in situations where you have to sail towards enemies with torpedoes, but I'm not really quite sold on the 25% on it. Upgrades wise, usually instead of the reload upgrade, I use the range upgrade, but in this case, I figured reload since I wish to do closer range fights. For any kind of ranked or clan battle action, I would go for range. Then obviously concealment, then I used propulsion. Maybe steering gears is actually better, because look at this. 760 meter turning circle with a 13-second rudder shift. The rudder shift is kind of a problem, you really do want it to be better. But then again, propulsion is also amazing, but considering how rarely you tend to stop in a Venezia, I'm not really sure the propulsion is worth it. This is basically the first ship where I'm now going in my propulsion phase, and I've noticed that, yeah, maybe propulsion is just not good enough. Or rather that steering gears might actually just be better. Then aiming systems modification, obviously, because more accuracy, and you don't need any of the other ones, although secondary battery range would be hilarious. Then obviously damage control system modification 1, because more fires and floodings, or fewer fires and floodings, sorry. And in the first slot, I don't really know what to go for. I go for spotting aircraft just because, you know, you sometimes need the extra range and having it last for a longer time is nice and all. Because you don't really need the other stuff. Maybe main arms modification would be nice, because I do notice when battleships fire at me, my guns do tend to break a fair bit, but it's nothing too major.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.